Setting up the meeting for Facebook Live. Okay, Michael. Hello, it's Steve McIlvaine here. This is our first time I'm doing the Facebook Live through Zoom, so I think we're doing this right. Anyway, Michael, I appreciate you taking the time. I've been interviewing many businesses all across Fairfax County in the last couple weeks here, just realizing the massive impact that this COVID-19 is having on businesses, and just trying to do my part to help out businesses. And I wanted people to know about you. Long time ago, I was working, or we were going to church up right off of Church Street, and very excited to talk to you. You're right on Church Street in Vienna. So tell us a little bit about your business and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Steve, thank you for doing this. And, you know, myself is not that exciting a story. I was worked for 26 years in television production. It was a great life, loved just about every minute of it, had a chance to travel around the world and meet some really incredible people. And then decided to sort of try something new and opened up a coffee shop and roaster in Vienna in 2010. Many folks said, you know, what are you doing? It was in the teeth of the greatest recession of a generation, other than the one, you know, what's going on now. And
Right.
within a block of one Starbucks and 3 blocks of another. But you know, it's all worked out. We're getting ready to celebrate our 10th anniversary in July, and you know, it all worked. It worked based on a mission statement of quality, community, and sustainability, and that's what we've adhered to. And all of our business decisions have to meet those criteria, and you know, it works. So
That's excellent. Yeah, 2010, that is definitely certainly a challenging time. And they say that opportunity presents itself in times of adversity. And obviously 10 years later, you've surpassed what most small businesses have not been able to do. And that is surviving past the 3 to 5 years. What has caused you to prosper over these last 10 years?
really an adherence to the mission statement. Like I said, when I meet with my managers, or we don't, you know, I was a business school graduate. In business school, they taught you about profit maximization. That was, and when I was going to business school, that was the key term. And I don't adhere to that. I think that I adhere more to a philosophy that if you set your parameters and your around things that are important to succeed, and then adhere to those, that profit is the you know, the result of that. So every decision that we make is the byproduct. Every decision that we make has to fall into our mission statement of quality, community, and sustainability. Then we make the decision, and then we work on the details and the efficiencies and such to make it profitable. So that is the key to our success.
Great. How was business for you before the pandemic started?
You know, we have grown in fact, one of the things, and if you look at, we look at, you know, month over previous year's months of the similar months. So May 2019 to May 2018, in 10 years time until now, there was only 1 month in any comparison period that didn't have a positive percentage growth. So, you know, we continue to grow, even though I thought that perhaps we would have saturated the market. We found new ways to reach into the market. Our newest endeavor was through, we were able to take over the space next to us and open up the Caffe Amouri coffee lab and education center. And so that was another growth opportunity for us too. So we've continued to grow both in the cafe through sales. And you know, it's amazing to me. Sometimes I look at, we'll walk 700 to 800 customers a day through our shop on a Saturday or Sunday. And I look around and I go, you know, who are all these people and where do they all come from?
Wow.
But we have grown year over year for 10 straight years.
That's excellent. And since COVID-19 happened, how has your business been affected? How have you been able to take care of your employees? What's gone well? What hasn't gone well?
You know, it's a challenge for everybody, you know, and it's like, I think that as I talk, any business owner is gonna feel the same way. You know, we applied for the PPP money. We were lucky enough to get that. Now they seem to be changing the rules
Yep.
on the forgiveness. We got to figure that out. But you know, when we first closed, we closed before other businesses because I felt that just it was the right thing to do for my staff's safety and for that of my customers. We closed that. We went from open to open, but not serving in-house stuff, to open, not serving in-house stuff, and putting everything in your coffee behind counter, to a window ordering system, to a contactless window ordering system. And then I just seemed to me that we weren't sending the right message to people for social distancing. So we shut it all down. We continued with online bean sales and they took off, which was amazing to me. I made the decision before the PPP, I paid my staff for 2 weeks, guaranteed their salary for 2 weeks, just because I felt like it was the right thing to do. Since then, we have gone, we went on and we went with online ordering. My manager did an amazing job. Within a week, she was able to put together a system where you could order online and order your drinks online and pick up at a window. We have a pedestal set up. So we've gone back to that. You know,
Hey, Michael, I think, are you seeing, I'm sharing your site. So Caffe Amouri Square.site. Go buy your beans, folks.
Yeah, and actually, if you want to go to our homepage there,
yeah, I'll go there a second.
Okay.
Whoops. To the wrong one.
That's okay. But yeah, so we've been able to let's see. Yeah, I think maybe click on, there it is. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit, I can just show you. Okay, is that our homepage? Yeah. Yeah, actually, that seems to be, that's a sort of, yeah, that seems to be maybe our old homepage. Go a little bit farther, perhaps.
Go up.
Go, keep scrolling down a little bit more. It looks like that might be our old homepage.
Okay.
But that's okay. If you go to caffeamouri.com, you will see that we have the opportunity to order online. Basically, in fact, I can see if I can find it even. Where you can order online.
Order, delivery, shipping.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay, great. Looks like I'm sorry, got a little messed up here. Now I got to find you again.
Okay. Gotta love technology. It's great, isn't it, everybody?
Yeah,
so hey,
it is great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm viewing your screen now. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So basically, the challenge has been constantly pivoting. I've worked harder in the last 6 weeks than I have in probably 4 years, because we're always having to look at stuff and deciding what we can do to pivot. You know, our next pivot is we realize we're not going to be able to do classes in our space probably for 6 or 7 months. So we're coming out with a series of online classes and things we're calling lunchtime learning, where they're 30-minute mini classes about coffee. You know, so there's so much. You have to just keep thinking about things to stay relevant and to reach your customers. But I think you have to turn it around and you have to say to yourself, what are people out there looking for, and how can we provide that? You know, I mean, that's the key. What are people looking for, and how can we provide that? And then how can we communicate that to them? And
absolutely,
you know, we just I meet with my managers at least 3 times a week. I have an incredible management team. Sometimes during Zoom. Yesterday we did outside social distance with masks. But just to ask that question, how do we reach, what are people looking for, and how can we provide that to them in some positive way? Look, the bottom line is, I realized a month and a half ago that 2020 is probably going to be a break-even year at best case. And
that's a great, I mean, that's a great thing if you break even, quite honestly.
And that's it. So we're trying to figure out ways, if we can break even and I can continue to pay my staff for the remainder of 2020 and until we get, this all works out somehow, then you know what? That's a success, man. I'm gonna count that as a success. And that's what we're looking at. We're trying. We're trying.
You told me, Michael, you told me that you just were on the phone with the town of Vienna. You just had you guys were talking. To share with everybody here what you guys were talking about.
Well, this was something that they set up with Karen Kerrigan, who's a small business person. She does a lot of lobbying on the Hill, also understands small businesses, with Natalie, who's the Director of Economic Development, and with Peggy James, who's the Executive Director of the Vienna Business Association, of which I sit on the board of. And it was really designed for small businesses to sort of go into a conference and try to get some questions answered for them. Like, what can they do? How can they, what programs can they put in place? And what are things that the town of Vienna is doing? And I think the town is really trying to help out within the realm of what they're able to do. I know that Fairfax County just announced, I think, a $20 million grant program that the town is getting. Apply for that. The town is looking at once Northern Virginia is opened up in terms of phase 1, which I guess now is going to be another couple of weeks, relaxing restrictions on outdoor seating for restaurants so they can expand into that. So I really do think the town, just like everybody, a lot of people like to complain about a lot of things at times like these. I think you got to give people credit if they're trying.
Absolutely.
And because it's a whole new world, man. The town can't just write you checks, not without raising my real estate taxes. So I think that everybody, what I want to see is the effort. What I want to see is that people are, governments, businesses, citizens, are being patient and thinking things through. And as long as people are trying, those entities are trying to find ways to cope and to find ways to reach out to others, whether it's an individual or a business or the government, and then we'll get progress, And so that was really the nexus of the call, was what information do we have that we can give to you businesses, and what questions do you have for us? And so, and I really appreciated them for doing that. It was set up by the Vienna Business Association, town, as a joint venture, and I just love seeing organizations and entities work together like that to help out.
Excellent. I think you brought up a great point, and that is all businesses had to figure out what to do during this words that we're never going to want to hear again, unprecedented time. Yeah. I mean, so many words that have been thrown around in these last couple of months, but they're legitimate words. And it truly has been an unprecedented time. I'm in real estate, and the first 2 weeks of this, we spent hours upon hours on Zoom just trying to hash this out, trying to figure out how to make buying and selling safe for the community and for our clients. Sure. And then I think about the first week of April, we started to have this thing figured out. And I think they're getting better and better. At the same point, though, the sales are down all across the board, and people just the businesses they're challenged during these times, and this is just in a way of raising awareness for you, and hopefully people purchase beans, and come and know about your classes, check out your site, and be excited about the things that Caffe Amouri is doing for the people on Church Street, in and around there, for the community at large, and even with the town of Vienna. So I think it's great what you're doing.
I think that we all are stewards at this point of the community. And again,
Mhm.
it's not just the businesses. And if we all take that sort of seriously, if anything good comes out of this, perhaps it is a sense a little bit more of a community needing to work together, from government to businesses to individuals, to make the community better. Maybe that's will be the one positive that can come out of this.
Yeah. Hey, before we go, just have a little quick fun here. During this time, people have picked up hobbies. They have maybe started a new book, or they've binged watched a show. What has changed for you? What's something fun that you've done during this time?
I go out. I try to go out, especially on nice days. I've actually lost about 6 pounds, even though I sit
Hey,
home and
congrats.
eat. But I go out every day and I try to do a 2 to 3 mile walk. I don't call it a run. I call it moving forward slightly faster than walking. Um, and and in fact, I just set up Caffe Amouri, and I'll throw this out there because that's my thing. Is like I'm going to go ahead and try to at least do something to get in better shape. But Caffe
Hmm.
Amouri, Vienna Business Association, we're announcing just yesterday, we're just for the heck of it, we're doing a virtual, not virtual, you're actually going to go out and do it, but a 5K to raise money on families in Vienna that are food challenged now, where people got laid off.
Yep.
And so what we're doing, we laid out a course that we're putting out there for everybody. You register for $25, and then you do this course and you report your time. And we have businesses all packs for best time walking, best time running, best time for those over 60 walking, best time for those over 60 running. And
Nice.
we'll have little prize packets. But we've already raised, it only been announced for a couple of days, over $1,500 that families in Vienna. And I'm so
Love it.
excited about that. And from a business standpoint, like for businesses to get in, a lot of businesses are hurting. So we're saying, look, a $10 gift card can go in the prize pack. For those businesses that go in, what I'm hoping to do is that it associates your business with something fun
Yep.
and that helps others. So there's such a positive association with it. So I'm psyched about that. So that's I get this
Yeah,
and then maybe do them, and that's one of them, and it's happening. So I'm pretty excited about that.
that's great. Well, Michael, I'm gonna take a couple of I'm gonna post that link below so people can about that race, and also post links to
Right.
your Facebook page. And my goal in doing these is to bring at least one new client to you, and each time
I
that's
would love it.
happened in droves. And it's important. My business slogan is: we live here, we work here, we serve here, and this is just a way of serving the community.
I
So
thank you,
thanks for
man.
your time.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, awesome.
Stay safe. Bye.
You too. Bye.